Well, hello guys. I'm finally back out in the shop for a little while today anyway. First time. It's been this is starting to the 8th week. After all the trouble with my ankle and stuff, busting it, came down with probably one of the worst cases of shingles my doctor said he ever saw. It went from up in my hairline, over my shoulder, down my arm, down my chest, and down my shoulder blade in the back. It wasn't solid, it was in patches. But, you know, that meant I couldn't wear a shirt. I couldn't even wear, a cotton t-shirt or nothing. So until I got to where I could wear a shirt, and it's painful today. So I don't know how long I'm going to last. But I guess I'm getting over it, because I didn't pay shingles much attention, I mean, I didn't really know how bad it could be. I mean, I just, I saw the ads and stuff like that, and I was thinking, man, it just looks like a bad case of poison ivy or something. Well, makes poison ivy look like absolutely nothing. So anyway, it's absolutely horrible. It's the worst burning and itching and pain that you've ever seen in your life. There's no way to describe it. If I'd have been a working man having to go to the office or something, I just, I don't know what I'd have done. Because there's no way I could wear a shirt. I couldn't even stand for nothing to touch my shoulder. So anyway, that's it. Look here, I've got this old video. I say it's old, I guess it is now. But it's a bowl I turned late December and early January. In fact, I came down with this on January the 7th. I don't know what caused it. I guess all of the stress and stuff with the election and stuff like that, plus being down with the ankle and in the house all the time. And none of it was no fun, was it? So anyway, this is a bowl. It's got little smiley things in it. It turned out all right, almost. And you'll see it. I'm going to go ahead and finish editing it now. Only about half of it's edited. That's why it's not out there. I'm going to try to get it online in the next couple of days, and hopefully I can get back out here and do some turning. I'm looking forward to it. Well, I'm back for a second. I had a few more thoughts that I meant to mention, and they're about vaccines. I don't think I realized, and I don't think a lot of people realize how important it is to get this vaccine against shingles. It's totally painless, and you get it almost any pharmacy or your doctor's office. My wife went ahead and got hers. She hadn't taken one either. I think it cost her $15 at Express RX. So, it'd be well worth it. It's a two-part and it's a lifetime deal. So I strongly suggest, I just can't recommend enough that you do this. I mean, if you don't do it, you're really, well, you could be hurting yourself pretty bad over what? And the same thing really applies to this COVID vaccine too. I hear a lot of people, they don't want to take it. I haven't heard it personally, other than my grandson. He's in the Air Force, and he thinks the virus is a phony virus. I don't know where these young kids get it. He's 26, and I hear a lot of military people don't want to take it. They're mistaken, and that's all I can say. He talked to my wife about it. He hadn't talked to me. He'll change his mind when he gets done talking to me. But anyway, here's a thought I want to leave you with. There is absolutely no side effect from any vaccine. Shingles, COVID-19, pneumonia, flu, or you just name it, that is even close to as bad as the disease it protects you from. So with that, I'll leave it. I'm going to show you how I made it right here. I call this a Smiley Bowl. The only imperfection I can think of, or that I know, and there's always some, is my little smileys here. They were different colors, and the resin caused the paint to bleed off. Other than that, it's perfect. Here's what I want you to know more than anything, if you don't pick up anything else. Between my two fingers, here and here, was not turned. This is exactly how it came out of the mold, plastic bowl. It's got the ridges and everything, and you can inspect it all you want. You will not find a single void or blemish in that epoxy. As Total Boat thick set, it's as clear as glass, or even clearer. And I just wanted to tell you that because I'm going to show you how to get them to do that. Oh, this in here? Yeah, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. I'm not sure. I won't know till later. But in here, that's a bunch of aluminum shavings. And they're all stuffed down into Total Boat thick set epoxy. And you'll find zero voids in that also. Not a single one. You can take a flashlight to it and you will not find any. So I'm going to show you. This will be the first stage of this project. This is going to be my primary bowl here. What I've done here is I've taken 3 pieces of old 2x4 and glued them together. I'm going to make my resin saver out of that to go in the center of here. So then I'll have my first epoxy pour into this one. And I will pop this and straighten it up or whatever I have done. And then I'll take what comes out of here and it'll go in the center of this bowl. And I'll do my second pour in here. And then when I get on the lathe, I'll be doing my not yet world famous top and bottom out of walnut. Going to be an interesting project. Take probably a good week and to complete because there's this time of year epoxy does not sit up fast at all, especially if you use the Total Boat thick set. I love that epoxy. It sits up so slow, and I don't think it builds up near as much heat. And you don't get cracks, and it's real thin. It gets in places. You don't get as near as many voids. And of course, it'll be in a pressure pot, so that'll eliminate the bubbles. So to reiterate, we're making a plug out of this. That'll be tomorrow. I like for it to set up good. It'll go into here. And then this is going to be with green epoxy and aluminum shavings to make my first part of the bowl. And then when this is done, I'll take this out and true it best I can. I'm going to glue a bunch of little smileys on it. Take it out, well, after I take it out of there, and put it into this one. And then I will be pouring a layer of epoxy on the outside, which I'm thinking right now is going to be clear with just a touch of gold in it, just to give it a little bit of some sort of texture or something. So that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow when I turn this thing down. First thing was I glued these pieces of 2x4 together to make a plug to go in this bowl. So this end's going to be 4 inches and that end's going to be 2 inches, and slight curve in it to fit this. What I want you to notice right here is that the faceplate, I put wax paper under it and taped it down because I'm just going to leave it there whenever I pour my epoxy. That way it doesn't, faceplate doesn't stick down, it doesn't get all over it. So that's the reason for that. So I'll be turning it about $1,000, and I'll be using a round cutter. Could use my beaver, but I think this will work. I'm subject to change up. All right, as you can see, I got this centered, and I got all these pieces cut right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Star Bond Thick CA, where it went, right there. I'm going to put some on right here. maybe. A little bit on the end. I already did it. Maybe hit this with a little bit accelerator, not much. And I'm going to set it on here. All right, I think I got everything together, but naturally I'll be missing something. So you see how this works now? And you know, by the time I put it back, it's going to be centered. All right, first thing I'm going to do, most people forget, if I got enough, I'm going to put some mold release in this bowl. Okay. Capture my glove, and then I'll put this back here, like that, for the time being. So I'm going to be using this total bulk fix set right here. It's a 3-to-1 mixture. I'm going to pour this over here. I like to fix it because it's thin. And it really gets in this stuff. Oh, right there. And I'll take the hardener. Now I'll go to the third column. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, I have this one right here full. And I'll go to the third column up with the hardener. I'm actually going to go a little over this time. Bring her all dry. Whatever dry means. Alright. Alright, what do you say? Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. Alright, I'm going to pour a little in. There we go. And I'm going to put this back. It should be centered. Now this right in here, get that out of the way, if I can. This aluminum shavings a friend of mine gives me when I want them. So that's what I'm going to put in it. Right. Pour some more. And we'll add some more. Now what I plan on doing is putting in the pressure pot for a couple hours and checking on it because the bubbles ought to be gone by then. There you go. Have a good look at it. And you come over here and there's the pressure pot. Here's a 5-gallon pressure pot. I made a mistake when I bought it. That's a 50-pound max. I really should have looked at that a little closer. I'd like to have something about like an 80-pound. But you know, you got what you got, so you got what you got. Well, I'm just about ready to see what this looks like. It did lose a lot of air last night. I think it's this relief valve right here is leaking at the top. I may just take it out. I don't know. We'll see. There you go. Well, I'm surprised. Can you see it? It's still up there. Let's take a fingernail look at it. Yeah, still a little soft. But I got a plan. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I'm gonna try it. It's about probably 60 degrees in here, so this is not going to move very much. But I'm not going to take it out or nothing now. All right, I'm going to show you my plan. All right, this is my dehydrator. I use it for making jerky and drying bowls. So I was thinking, you know, as low as this will go is like 95 degrees. But I mean, sometimes in the summer that's what it is around here in the shop. So I don't think it's going to do any harm. I'm going to put it on here on slow at 95 degrees for about an hour and see what it looks like. And we'll check it. You know, maybe we're starting something else again here. So I'm going to close that. We hit stop now. See, it's on 10 hours at, 165. Of course, that's not acceptable. So we're going to minus this. I think that's as low as it'll go. Yeah, that's as low as it'll go. I'm just going to leave it 10 hours, so I don't care, you know. One more. Come on now. Oh, he'll quit that in a minute. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make that an hour. That way I don't, in case I get busy, you know. 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour. All right, there we go. It'll stop that blinking in a minute. There you go. So there you are. We'll come back in an hour and do the fingernail test. We'll see what happens. Might be blowing smoke. I don't know. We just have to see. All right, it has been 1 hour. Been over, but it cuts off at 1 because that's where I set it. Here goes nothing. Feels warm. Fingernail test. Yeah, still really soft. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let it cool down. And we'll see what it looks like. Well, my procedure worked like a charm. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. So you guys that have either dehydrator or heating box or drying whatever can see how it works. So I turned it in the afternoon and I left it in the pressure pot overnight. Well, the next day I came out here about noon and it was really, really still soft. So that afternoon I put it in the pressure pot for in the dehydrator for an hour at 95 degrees. Well, I took it out and it was still pretty soft, so I set it outside to let it cool off, and it hardened up quite a bit. It was still fingernail printable, but it was quite a bit harder. So I decided to put it back in the dehydrator. So I set it at 95 degrees for 2 hours and went in the house. So I came out this morning and it's hard as a rock. My wife, she likes smiley faces, so I'm going to glue a bunch of smiley faces on that. I got a whole mess of them, and then this will sit inside of this one like this, and I'll pour some clear epoxy in it. Turn it down and get it looking good, and then I'll be hauling from this end. Put me a walnut base on it and a walnut ring top. That's the plan. All right, what I've got here is I've got a whole tray of smileys. Right there, whole mess of them. And the way I decided to do this, I've already done a few of them. See there, I've got about half of them done, is I took a little bit of Type Bond, used the bottom of a can, and a brush, and I come in here and all I do is make little dabs here and there. And I want to do it randomly. I do not want a pattern. Also trying to get my colors a little random. That's enough for now. And I just take a few of these in my hand. There's a Santa Claus there and a Christmas tree. Okay. And basically I just stick them in place like so. Just use a different color every time. Different place, different color. But I do want to get them where they're all looking in the same direction. Without sticking to my fingers. This Tide Bond will sit up clear. And I don't press them down because I would like to have just a little bit of a 3D look. And I want that one. A little glue on my finger there. Which had more colors. I got what I got. There you go, you got the idea? Alright, there they are. They're all on there now. Nice and shiny. I'm going to let them sit up a little while before I put them in the other bowl to pour the epoxy. I don't want them flopping off on me. Maybe an hour or so. Alright, I've got it. I've got it in the other bowl. I've got it centered best I can. A little narrow in a couple spots, but it's pretty close. I just want to make sure I have enough, to turn it down without hitting that center. I think it looks pretty good. Alright, I'm just about done. Had a little company there, had to shut you off. I think we're about ready to wrap this thing up here. Put it in the pressure pot. Well, good morning, guys. I poured this up late yesterday, and I left it in the pressure pot overnight. I just took it out, so I guess let me see, 12, 30, about 18 hours it was in there altogether. But I don't guess it had to be, but I ain't coming out here to take it out. So anyway, it's I can still nail print it, so it's not ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the, well, I ain't going to throw it, but I'll go ahead and put it, I just saw something, I just don't know what it is. Looks like the dye came off of those smileys right there, all the red ones. The dye came off, look at that. Looks like they're all bleeding, just the red ones. That's interesting. I guess it matters now, does it? Well, anyhow, so I'm gonna put it in the dehydrator for maybe an hour at 95 degrees, and then I'll sit it out and let it cool naturally. Cause it's going 95 is as low as I can go. Well, let's see if that gets it hard enough, or maybe I can turn it today. That'd be nice. Okay, I'll catch you later. All right, I came in here to start to do a little turning and realized I wasn't even videoing. So let me tell you what I've done so far. I just went ahead and cleaned off the back, cleaned that off a little bit there. I think I'm going to try not to turn this, and I've flattened this right here, and I'm getting ready to drill my depth hole. So that's where we're at. Let me get this tripod set up and we'll get on with it. Okay. I have a plan now. See how that works. I'll go ahead and whittle that off first. See what we got here. Got some shiny stuff, don't we? We're a long way from there. It was funny right there. Hope I didn't blow through. Oh, please don't, please don't. Alright. Whew. That was good, that's pretty good. But I got a little bit of a hump to do right there I want to get out. The thing about the epoxy I use, which is total bolt fixed here, you notice in here, there is not a single void in here. Not that I've found yet. And the way I did it was a little different too, but still speaks very highly of total bolt. Gotta get it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tackle the outside of this before the inside. While it's got the bulk and weight on it. Then I'll do the inside. I'm going to leave the tape on it until I get down to where I want to be. So let's do it to it. Let me find my gloves. I like wearing gloves. Tender old hands, don't you know? And yes, I'm extremely careful. See, all my tool rests are painted red. That says to me, do not cross while spinning. That's with your hands, naturally. All right. And that's what I teach all my grandboys. When this is spinning, you don't touch nothing unless you're sanding. And then the tool rest is not on there. All right, this is good and dry. There's one place around here I don't like. I'm going to see if I can't do something about it. Maybe, maybe not. But I'm going to go ahead and hit this with some steel wool. All right, here we go. Axe base time. Sorry, the lid's all sort of messed up. Axe abrasive paste. There's some good stuff, guys. You can see it. I'll put it down below for TV viewers, but also it'll be in the description to how to find it and how to put my code on it so you get 10% off. Well worth an investment. It's cheaper than anybody else's, less expensive. Let's not say cheaper. Less expensive. I always use an old Scotch-Brite pad to do my smearing with. Start off slow. This is basically where you're doing your sanding right here. Well, I'm going to try that new way of doing it on this one. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to turn it fast until it all disappears. I'm not going to try to. Let me back up a little bit. Normally what you do is when you get it smeared, you take a dry paper towel and you turn it, until you get all the stuff off it, and then you buff it. Well, I found when I did those measuring cups that I actually get a better shine if I turn it fast with this Scotch-Brite pad using the wet part and even a paper towel until it just disappears. Almost disappears anyway. Look at that aluminum. That's that black you see. Picking up that shine there, guys. Look at there. This is a polish restoring paste. There's also some very good stuff. And I always just put it on with my fingers. Get generous with it. What do you think, guys? Isn't that nice? Sure wish that color hadn't run in there. It would have been more beautiful. Look at that. Ooh-wee. All right. Next step is to get the coals off. Put them on this end, flip it around, cut that tenon off. Oh, excuse me. And clean that up. And figure out how to get my base on there. And I know trying to just put it in the middle. I really don't want him to get any run out. If I can help it. And that's why you put it out in the middle, guys. Oops, back off. There you are. Don't look like I got no run out. Give that all 45 minutes and we'll come back. Because there's not going to be pressure under so I can take it down. We'll take a few pictures of it. See you later. Well, I just thought I was finished. My wife or I, neither one liked this base on this. It just, it's a nice base and everything, but it just don't fit the rest of it. I don't know what I was thinking, or obviously I wasn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and just cut it off and, sort of clean up the edge and restain it and have me a little round base about the same width as this right here. I think it'll look a lot better. Well, it doesn't look like a video ending clip right here, so I'll just say thanks for watching, and keep them whirling, and please subscribe and tell your friends and all that kind of good stuff, and take care of yourself. Adios.